Okay guys, how's it going? It's Julia, back again, or I guess back for the first time, but don't worry about that. Anyways, today I'm here to talk about, a little bit late, but with them coming up, the 2012 Oscar nominations, which were ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, some of the movies are worth it. The Descendants and The Artist, The Help, hell, even Moneyball and Midnight in Paris were all fantastic movies, especially Midnight in Paris. Woody Allen took a 1920s era and brought it with the 2001 post-internet era and made it work. And when you've got Owen Wilson's charming personality and Rachel McAdams' looks, and it just works. Right now, I'm actually watching Tree of Life with Sean Penn and Brad Pitt, and that's not bad too. That's nominated as well. What I don't understand is how movies like War Horse, Loud, Incredibly, and Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close got nominated. One, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close was just released, what, 2 weekends ago? It's not in the proper era, or excuse me, not in the proper time frame for the Oscars. Why were you nominated? To the same extent, why was Meryl Streep nominated for Best Actress for The Iron Lady? We all know she's going to win anyways. She could have been nominated next year, and she would have won regardless. It wasn't in the right time frame. It goes against everything. This isn't the Grammys. There's a strict set of rules that people can understand. Unlike the Grammys, which have odd rules that seem to just let certain songs and certain artists be nominated again and again, like Justin Bieber being nominated as Best New Artist again. He's been around for a while. He's not new. Get over it. Anyways, just here to give out some of my predictions and some of my complaints. Complaint number 1. Why wasn't Michael Fassbender or Ryan Gosling nominated for anything? Both of them stole the show at TIFF. In the same essence, true Canadian talent, David Cronenberg, wasn't nominated for Dangerous Method, a movie about George Young and Sigmund Freud. That was a fantastic movie. Keira Knightley, even though I hate her, should have been nominated for the acting she did in that movie. It was an excellent portrayal of what was going on. Instead, we have movies like War Horse nominated. Don't get me wrong, the horse can act, but it's not Oscar-worthy. Let's remember the 2008 Oscars. We had Milk, Slumdog Millionaire, Frost Nixon, The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, which was fantastic. Those are Oscar-worthy movies. What is this? Irregardless, here are my predictions. Best Actress, Meryl Streep. Let's be honest, she wins everything. The Academy loves her. It's gonna win. Best Movie, I want to say The Artist, and it probably will be The Artist. I'm hoping Midnight in Paris. I just think that was one of the best movies that came out. But against The Artist, I guess their biggest competition would probably be, I'm just looking at the nominations here, probably The Help. I mean, The Help took the SAG, whereas The Artist took the Golden Globe, if that means anything. But yeah, I can definitely see The Artist taking this one. If not The Artist, then definitely The Help. If Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close wins, I'm sure Peter Travers from Rolling Stone will have something to say about it. Best Actor in a Leading Role. I want to say it's probably going to be, bear with me, wrong person. Jean Dujardin. He was in The Artist. Incredible piece of acting. Incredible piece of acting. I mean, you're not talking. You're just acting stuff out with you're using your facial expression. You're using your body movements to portray a character. It's difficult, and it always reminds me of Mel Brooks' comedy parody of a silent movie. So I can definitely see him winning that. His biggest competition, once again, is George Clooney for The Descendants. Great movie. Wouldn't necessarily call it Oscar-worthy, but I wouldn't call a lot of the movies this year nominated Oscar-worthy. But that's probably his biggest competition. Again, in the same essence of Meryl Streep, where the Academy loves George Clooney. They like what he stands for. They like what he does. So I can definitely see him potentially taking on Jean Dujardin for that category. Best Actress in a Leading Role. Okay, let's... I have to say this is probably the best category in the sense that it makes the most sense. Sorry if that background noise is really loud. It's Tree of Life. Good movie. weird, almost weird in an essence, like if you've seen Enter the Void by French director, oh, his name escapes me, Gilles something weird, but less drugs, more death. Good movie, good movie. But back to lead actress, Meryl Streep, definitely taking this one, no doubt about it. Her portrayal of Margaret Thatcher in The Iron Lady was fantastic, even though it critics and historians say it doesn't match up to the actual Margaret Thatcher in the sense that there's mistakes. She did a great job, played the role perfectly. So I think she definitely deserves it. I mean, I would say her biggest competitor is Viola Davis. She was in The Help. I would like to even say that the only person that might have a chance is Glenn Close for her portrayal in, the movie escapes me. Oh, Albert Nobb, which I haven't seen, but I definitely want to. It looks like something that takes a lot of ability and a lot of talent to pull off playing. It looks like a difficult role, and I feel like if anyone can do it, it's Glenn Close. And it'd be very interesting to see if she takes the award from Meryl Streep. But again, let's be honest. It's all based on the Academy. We all know how the Academy votes. This is a shoo-in for Meryl Streep. I'm down, willing to put money on that. Best directing. We've got The Artist, The Descendants, Hugo, Midnight in Paris, Tree of Life. All Oscar Best Picture nominations. Again, I want to say it's probably going to go to The Artist. I would love for Woody Allen to take it for Midnight in Paris. It was a fantastic film. Don't know if it's Oscar worthy, but I think it's just a classic film that everyone needs to see. It's very Woody Allen. What You Want Me to Tall Dark Stranger-esque. It's got the romanticization of certain of the 1920s and 1930s era. It's got fantastic acting, an A-list cast. Wouldn't necessarily call it an Oscar movie, but again, back to my original thesis, I wouldn't call many of these Oscar worthy. So I'm definitely thinking it's best directing is going to go to The Artist, except that Hugo is nominated. And Hugo was directed by none other than Martin Scorsese. We all know how the Academy feels about Martin Scorsese and how Hollywood in general feels about Martin Scorsese. Great guy, great director. Goodfellas is fantastic, one of my favorite movies of all time. His music biopic direction is fantastic. It Might Get Loud. The one about George Harrison that was on HBO, I can't remember it, but the title, but fantastic. I think he does great documentaries and great movies, and I can definitely see him winning this. I feel like the directing behind 3D is probably just as difficult just as difficult in comparison to directing a silent movie. So either of these directors are really either of these directors are speaking is hard. Either of these directors deserve to win the award. It's kind of like the best actress category. I feel like it can go either one of two ways. These are my predictions. Now let me get to my rant. Why wasn't Ryan Gosling or Michael Fassbender nominated? Ryan Gosling was 2011's breakout star. Okay, let's face it. He's been around for a while, and he's done his thing, and we all love The Notebook, and we all love Canadian talent. Here's the problem. 2011, we had Ides of March. We had Drive. We had Crazy Stupid Love. We had, I'm sure there were more, and I just can't remember them. But especially those three. Ides of March and Drive took TIFF. Those were the two biggest movies at TIFF. And none of the movies got a nomination. None of the directors got a nomination. And Ryan Gosling didn't get nominated. George Clooney didn't even get nominated for his writing, directing, producing doesn't get nominated, or acting in Ides of March. And it was phenomenal. One of my favorite movies of 2011 for sure. Drive is a difficult role to play. Why wasn't Drive nominated? I don't know. And let's talk about Michael Fassbender and Shame. Who was it? I think it was Kate Winslet who said that, back in the day, if you did a full frontal nude shot, you were guaranteed an Oscar nomination. Clearly, things have changed. Thanks HBO, where we can go and pay $15 a month and get all the full frontal nudity we want from good-looking people with swearing. Let's face it, HBO is fantastic. But Michael Fassbender did even in A Dangerous Method, he did a fantastic job, and we did not get a nomination from him either. I really don't know what to say. I don't know. But these are my Oscar nominations. Be sure to check it out February 22nd. I think it's on NBC. I'm not sure. I'm sure Ricky Gervais knows if you want to check out his blog. But watch it, and those are my predictions. Feel free to leave a message. Feel free to place a bet, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.